Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be unboxing a new shoes. It's actually from Dainese. It's the Street Rocker DWP. So WP means waterproof, since rainy season is just around the corner and I just realized all of my boots are not waterproof. So remember, I have the Forma, I have the Icon, and I have the one that was locally made. So all of those are not waterproof. So now I decided to get one that is waterproof. So this is from Dainese. What's in the box? So basically you have your manuals and of course your pair of shoes here. So this is the Dainese Street Rocker DWP. I ordered the one in color brown, and if you notice, it's already distressed. So just the way I like it, I just don't like the look of shoes that looks too clean, very new. This one is already distressed, straight out of the box. Now, according to Dainese, this type of distressing they make to the shoe is very, I think this is handmade and this is unique. So meaning every shoe will actually look very different. So how the fading is here, how the distressing works, it's actually very unique per shoe. So that's the cool part of this. And if you notice, the distress part extends all the way to the laces. The laces looks dirty already, but this is actually brand new, never been worn straight out of the box. Now, if you look at the shoes, from the front, you can actually feel that there's not much protection in the front. Stiffness wise, this is actually feels very stiff as compared to my other shoes. This feels pretty stiff, so which means there's a nice protection under here, but I will know later when I actually use it for a ride and when I walk around it to give you an impression on if the stiffness is going to affect when you walk around. So if you notice here, this one has a reinforced heel. So this has a nice good protection here. You can feel it, it's pretty solid on this part. And also on the heel, you will notice these white spots. This is actually a reflector. So when you're riding at night, this is going to help to make you more visible. But it has been nicely camouflaged, so it doesn't look like just a reflectorized panel. They actually made the design to make it look more aesthetically pleasing. So it looks still part of the design with that whole vintage rocker look. On the ankles, you actually have protection from both sides, from the inside of your ankle and the outside of your ankle. There is a nice plastic-like armor here, so this is going to give you a nice protection here. As far as looks are concerned, you have the Dainese logo here and also a logo on the front part here. So this is the left shoe. So if you notice, they actually moved the shoelaces away from the shifter. They moved the last shoelace hole away from the shifter, making sure that the shifter has less chance of snagging on one of your laces. So this is a nice design that they created here. But what's missing here is a shift guard. Notice there's no shift guard here, so hopefully this part of the shoe is not going to get damaged quickly because of the lack of a protector here. But we'll see after some uses if actually it was a mistake for Dainese not putting a shift panel here. But I guess what they were going for, that's why they removed that, is to make the shoe look more casual. Now, since this is waterproof, I'm presuming this is not going to be as good in terms of ventilation because it has to be waterproof. But basing on the insides of the shoe, it has some mesh part. So hopefully this is going to help when it comes to making it more comfortable to use even on hotter weather. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, based on some reviews I've been seeing online, Dainese seems to make shoes that are a little bit on the narrower side. Since my foot is wider than the average, I decided to go size up. So I went with the US size 10. I usually go with the 9 or 9.5, but this one I went with the US size 10, which is an EU 43 or UK 9. So we'll see if the fit of this is good and if I should have stuck with true to size. But as far as this Dainese boot is concerned, they only have size 9, then it jumps to size 10. There's no 9.5, so I went with the size 10. Okay guys, so I'll be trying this out, taking it for a quick ride, then I'll post another initial impression after this. Okay, bye. Okay, so we're now using the Dainese Street Rocker DWP. First impression, like I mentioned, people have been talking about how Dainese boots are on the narrower side, but so I got the since Dainese doesn't have a half size, so I usually wear a 9.5. So when I was choosing between either the 9 or 10, I went with the 10. But surprisingly, it doesn't feel narrow at all. It feels pretty normal. If you compare it with my Forma, it doesn't feel like this is much narrower. It feels pretty similar. So I wouldn't really be saying this is a narrow shoe, considering I do have a slightly wider than average foot, and I am very sensitive to very tight shoes, and this one doesn't feel that. And to think I only just went up half a size, I didn't really go up one full size. So in terms of fit, if you know your EU size, this is a size 43, you can go through to size with the EU size, or go just half a size bigger if you're in between sizes. Now when it comes to comfort, though, compared to my other boots, this one has a nice padding around your ankles, but the ankle support, you can really feel the stiffness of the ankle support, because this does feel stiff when you're trying to move around. Walking is not as comfy as my other shoes. I don't know if this is something that will break in, because it's the sole itself that feels pretty stiff, not just the upper. The upper feels okay. The leather itself feels pretty okay. It doesn't feel very stiff leather. It feels like it's good quality, pliable leather. It's not really that stiff. Traction on the rubber is not bad, but since the sole of this is pretty flat, it doesn't have an aggressive sole pattern. I'm pretty sure this is not going to be good when it comes to loose gravel or loose soil. So definitely something only for the street. That's why I guess that the name is Street Rocker. Now, as far as ventilation is concerned, yeah, I do feel that it is slightly warmer compared to the other boots. I guess that's the drawback of having it a waterproof boot. But another thing that I am not liking is the shoes feel very flat, and there's not much cushion on the sole, meaning I'm quite very low on the shoe. So knowing I am not that tall, and I do appreciate a taller shoe to help out with this taller bike, this one is actually feels like I'm lower. So definitely not it's not going to make me more confident when it comes to using this bike, because I do appreciate the taller sole of my other boots to help me keep both of my feet down when I'm riding this to back. But overall, I do like it because the design is pretty. I know the armor, the support is there. I can really feel the stiffness in the ankles.
And I'm just hoping that but I do hope that the leather where the shift where the shifter is positioned is is not going to wear out prematurely because of the lack of shift the shift guard. But overall, really nice shoes. And I do dig the whole distressed vintage look of the shoes. So guys, thank you very much. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. See you around. Bye.